ZPD's dynamic duo is back for another citywide caper. I hope you dusted off those badges because it's time for the next adventure with Hops and Wild. The review for Zootopia 2 is coming your way right now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of the Porter Report. My name is BJ Porter, and I hope everybody is having an amazing day today. For all of my returning viewers, it is wonderful to see you all again, and for all my first timers out there, welcome, and we hope you enjoy everything that this video and channel has to offer. Before we kick things off, I want to let everybody know that I hope you had a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving. But now that we are heading into the home stretch of 2025, we still have a ton of big-time movie coverage to get through before we transition into the new year. And part of that coverage includes today's Porter Report movie review. This segment allows me to express my thoughts and opinions about the movies that I see and enjoy, and those of you do as well. When talking about the movies that have defined the animation division of the Walt Disney Company, many projects come to mind depending on the generation you grew up in. But the subject of today's review is the best and purest example of top-tier Disney storytelling all rolled into one wild package. Today, I'm giving you guys the official review for Zootopia 2, directed by Jared Bush and Byron Howard, and featuring the returning voice cast of Jennifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, Idris Elba, Jenny Slate, and Nate Torrance, and a new collection of characters voiced by Quinta Brunson, Fortune Feimster, Andy Samberg, Patrick Warburton, Danny Trejo, and Academy Award winner Kiwi Kwan. Few Disney movies in the modern era have truly captured my heart like Zootopia. While there are so many incredible films that have come out of this era of the Walt Disney Animation Studios, Zootopia continually stands out as one of the Mouse House's greatest. Its colorful and vibrant world, unforgettable characters, and brilliantly structured social commentary make it a bona fide Disney classic that is equal parts fun and meaningful. This now brings us to the subject of returning to Zootopia for the highly anticipated second installment. It is well known that when it comes to sequels to beloved Disney Animation Studios films, the result a good amount of the time is below average at best. But with a good amount of the same team from the first one coming back for the sequel, there is a lot of optimism amongst a lot of the justifiable skepticism. Heading into this new caper with Nick and Judy, will this be just as thrilling and impactful as the original? Or will the trend of subpar sophomore entries persist? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's see if this is a case worth solving. Here's the Porter Report movie review for Zootopia 2. With bustling streets, tundras, biomes, and marshes, there isn't a more beautifully diverse place than the metropolis of Zootopia. Filled with an array of animal citizens of various shapes and sizes, this is truly a place where anyone can be anything. One of the establishments that helps maintain this ideal and protect the citizens within its walls are the proud members of the ZPD, who maintain order by quelling chaos whenever it arises. Fresh off a monumental case that led to the apprehension of a power-hungry political figure, ZPD police officers Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde are still getting acclimated to each other now that they are officially partners within the department. While the two of them still have respect and care for one another, there still seems to be some severe cracks in their partnership, which raises concerns for the chain of command who want them to be at their best in the field. Desperate to prove that they can work as an effective team and avoid being split up, Nick and Judy take on a case that will see them looking to apprehend a wanted fugitive named Gary D. Snake, a seemingly kind-hearted pit viper and the first reptile to step foot within the walls of Zootopia for quite some time. His mission is to reveal the truth about reptiles to the citizens of Zootopia so that others like him will no longer face fear or prejudice from those of a different species. With conflicting ideals on how to handle the case and their own regime making it difficult to approach this from a diplomatic standpoint due to the long-standing antagonistic duo reptiles, Nick and Judy must put their heads together and solve the mystery at hand in a make-or-break mission that could potentially decide the fate of their partnership and a forgotten population of the place they call home. 9 years after the introduction of one of Disney's most vibrant worlds, we're back for another citywide caper in the highly anticipated animated adventure Zootopia 2. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde reteam for a high-speed city-spanning endeavor that looks to add to the lore of one of the Mouse House's powerhouse cinematic entries. After going on this wild new adventure with the ZPD's finest, Zootopia 2 accomplishes the rare feat of being right up there quality-wise with its beloved predecessor. Zootopia is a film that to me ranks among the top echelon of Disney Animation Studios films of the 21st century. Its vibrant world, great characters, and strong pacing, writing, and timely commentary make it both a fun adventure and at times a mirror to the world we inhabit. The idea
idea of doing a sequel was already a risky move, especially given the less than impressive string of films the studio has put out over the past few years. Thankfully, directors Jared Bush and Byron Howard have delivered a second installment that expands the world and lore, and also manages to deliver timely commentary within a story that actively challenges its characters. Howard and Bush have an understanding of why this world works so well, and they build on it without sacrificing what makes it special. I can gush about all of the things within this film, but I will start with these characters that I absolutely adore, beginning with the returning ones who I am happy to say get some incredibly strong character growth this time around. Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman are once again an irresistibly great tandem on screen. The voice work that both of them do is truly incredible, as they bring these characters to life in a way that makes them both real and relatable. That relatability is at the heart of Nick and Judy's arcs within this film. Both of them are challenged in a way that has them both questioning where they stand individually and as a team. Judy is still the optimistic go-getter we love, but she is constantly hindered by the desire to prove to others and to herself that she belongs in the big leagues. This puts her at odds with Nick, who is also dealing with his own set of psychological setbacks, or more accurately, psychological barriers. Nick has a deep love and respect for Judy, but his difficulty in letting himself get too close or attached to someone prevents him from truly committing to a cause worth fighting for. To know that all of his snarky jokes and his unserious attitude towards situations he should take seriously are all just a defense mechanism to shield him from emotional pain is such a relatable trait that only makes him an even more well-rounded character. The growth that both Nick and Judy experience in this film furthers them as characters and makes this story just as emotionally effective as the first. In addition to our Fox and Bunny duo, I was just as impressed with the new characters brought into the world. Starting with Kiwi Kwan as Gary, I didn't think it was possible for this man to be even more lovable as an animated character, yet the Academy Award winner delivers tenfold. Kwan brings such a literal warmth and earnestness to Gary, making him such a welcome addition to the story. There is not a moment where Gary doesn't melt your heart, where you are absolutely sharing his motivation and want him to succeed. Gary is a more than welcome addition to the world of Zootopia and is one of the best new additions to the franchise. He, however, was not the only standout in the new batch. Let it be known that if we are talking about a co-MVP to go alongside Gary, it absolutely goes to Nibble Maplestick, played by Fortune Feimster. When I tell you that this character is a riot from her first frame to last frame, that isn't an exaggeration. Her over-the-top comedic aura, coupled with her lovable personality, made me always anticipate seeing her on screen at every junction. Feimster is absolutely incredible in this role, as she creates arguably one of the funniest characters to come into the series. A few other notable standouts include Patrick Warburton, who to no one's surprise is perfectly cast as Mayor Winddancer, with Andy Samberg also delivering a great performance as Palmer Linksley in a role that many will be pleasantly surprised by. In hindsight, there is an incredible amount of vocal talent on display that truly fleshes out the world while also delivering some effective comedic moments. From the calm, zen-laced persona and monotone delivery of Quinta Brunson's Miss Fusby, the hilarious frat boy-inspired buddy cop dynamic from WWE superstars Roman Reigns and CM Punk's Z-Bros, to the returning comedic talent of Nate Torrance, Jenny Slate, Maurice LaMarche, and Raymond S. Percy, all returning as Clawhauser, Bellwether, Mr. Big, and Flash respectively. Zootopia 2 both adds to and enhances its world by truly taking what worked and not reinventing the formula. The same can be said when it comes to the action as well. The action set pieces are fun, fast, and more importantly, move the story forward. Additionally, like its predecessor, the movie delivers timely commentary that creates genuine tension and stakes. If the first movie is about understanding the risks and dangers of prejudice and stereotyping, Zootopia 2 builds on that by delivering a story that stresses the importance of preserving history. It's a message that hits hard and honestly couldn't have come at a better time, especially looking at real-world current events. It's all effective and it all works because you genuinely feel and care for these characters. This speaks volumes to the writing and storytelling on display from beginning to end. When you are invested in what is happening and the characters involved, the movie finds its soul and purpose. Choosing to do a sequel is easy. Having it actually mean something and add to the world is harder than it looks. But when it's done right, the results speak for themselves. All in all, Zootopia 2 is a shining bright light in the Disney Animation Studios portfolio for the 2020s. From the action, the writing, the humor, the world, and the characters within this world, this movie accomplishes a feat that very few follow-up chapters from its in-house counterparts actually achieve, which is to have a second outing that is on par with the introductory installment. While the idea of a sequel was met with initial hesitation and doubts that it would actually deliver, you can all rest easy in knowing that the latest caper from one of Disney's most vibrantly crafted worlds is one that is more than worth going wild about.
I don't think I'm alone in saying that the 2020s have really not been kind to Disney Animation Studios as of late, especially when you consider what they have put out in the past. Zootopia is truly a special film for a lot of people, including myself. So the idea of doing a follow-up in light of all of the missteps had a lot of people justifiably nervous. But guys, I am here to tell you that you can breathe a great sigh of relief because Zootopia 2 truly is a top-tier second outing. Though I still personally prefer the first one, I will say that this second one is pretty doggone close, if not on the same level of quality with it. The action is fast and fun, the characters are lovable and relatable, and the writing and storytelling is as strong as it's ever been. Additionally, just like its predecessor, the messaging and subtext couldn't have come at a better time. If there is one thing that I hope people take away from this film, it's the vital importance of knowing, understanding, and preserving your history. So much can be erased and lost if we get complacent and allow others with ill intentions to have the power to change the narrative. But for those who have the determination and the drive to ensure that history is remembered and protected, our world will be better and more unified in the long run. Disney truly has something special with this franchise, and I believe it is well on its way to becoming one of the crown jewel IPs for the studio if this incredible momentum continues. In the end, guys, I had an absolute blast with this movie, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you're looking for a wild adventure for the whole family, this is one you are not going to want to pass up. But now that you've heard from me, I now want to hear from you guys. Sound off in the comments below your thoughts about Zootopia 2, but be mindful of anything that could potentially be seen as a spoiler. This is absolutely a lock for one of my favorite films of 2025, and best believe if a third installment ever comes, I will definitely be there day one whenever it decides to take flight. If you know, you know. As always, keep it locked to the channel for more reviews and videos throughout the remainder of 2025 and beyond. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to stop on by. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, and until the next review, I'm BJ Porter, and this has been the Porter Report.